Gold tape and we're done. There we go.
It's so cute.
Bye, Mario.
It's cute as hell.
I'm so excited about this.
Absolutely. JR wins again, donates $50, and says to Mark Alarm, from Mom, Dad, Uncle, and Aunt. Congratulations on your achievement. We're so proud of you.
Heating pad is a disaster right now.
Yeah, a little bit,
Make
but
sure you
that's
press
okay.
the button.
Alright, so I got this restream set up earlier, and I'm very glad that I did, because now we just get to chill and watch GDQ.
Yeah. Oh, how awesome.
Look how nice it looks, too. They
It
got the
looks
chat.
perfect with your chat and
Yeah,
stream chat
so
on.
y'all can see chat over here. This is you, and then GDQ's farther over the side. So, it's like the only thing I'm excited about for GDQ. So, not gonna lie, I can go ahead and actually talk about this now. This week has been a lot of behind the scenes work trying to get it to work. I had helped out a little bit earlier in the week, but I'm going to keep giving shout outs to them throughout the rest of this, but major shout outs to everyone in the construction channel for getting everything for this together. Mark, D4, Dark, Fawful, D4, Dr. No, Glitch, RBP, I know I'm forgetting people, but those are the main people that I remember being in there like non-stop. And I mean like around the clock this week trying to make sure all this shit's gonna work for everyone. We are gonna channel all the positivity we can into the biggest spirit bomb of energy for the race. I'm honestly very excited. It's actually like a good time too.
Yeah.
Thank you to the runners who sacrificed their races, and I really hope that y'all get like priority seating for whatever the fuck you want next GDQ, because you definitely deserve it.
Save a little bit of time. They're called limbos in this game, where you're kind of limboing under the level.
There's another one.
There's another one. And this section has a lot of skips because the
I should probably actually learn the speed run for this game. I was a playtester for this game, for those that didn't know. I was actually the first person, I believe, to beat Farewell, and then never actually did a run with it because I got distracted by other stuff. Mouse is also a speedrunner and the playtester of the game, so very good. Yeah, this run is ridiculous. If you haven't played celeste.smc, the motion in this game feels amazing.
Going for a frame perfect trick and it just immediately gets it. Easy game.
Did he just midair, by the way? That was wild. Yeah, that is ridiculous to casually throw into the middle of a speedrun like that.
But such a really rewarding level when you get through it, especially that ending.
That might be my favorite speedrun section minus.
He did it so casually I didn't even notice it first. And then I heard Mark say it was frame perfect and I was like, oh, looks like it was a midair. Okay.
What some of you may have seen yesterday was they went to the B side of this level in order to save a bit of time. But I didn't want to make B-sides to this game because that would have taken me another.
I didn't know you could just skip up there.
So instead, we're gonna just take a little bit of a shortcut here, and I dubbed it Bub's Climb after the skip that's done in 5B called Bub's Drop, where I wanted there to be some sort of big skip and mirror temple without having to design an entire extra level. So it kind of just works out that way.
Now I can see both.
Skip.
Like in court and Mark just sitting on the couch, quote unquote. I know. We know everyone on this screen, including most of the people that are like in the remote visibility of the audience.
And they say, wait.
Maddie!
That's it. That's the comment. Thank you, Maddie.
Thank you to Spanish Meerkat for your $10 donation. Love Mario and Celeste. Awesome to see a fusion between them both. Donation goes to the bonus game. And thank you to Jackal Travel,
is this button?
who
Yeah,
donates
that was button.
$25. Let's
Gift sub
go,
to
Mighty Mouse. Keep
GDQ.
kicking.
Oh, yeah.
But is now
You're
a good
welcome.
time for a
Thanks.
dance party?
From your own bank account.
Mm-hmm. Second I check something that freaks out. Okay, that sounds about right.
We are in 5.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of the initial grinds for the speed run. I stopped watching after a couple of weeks because I just wanted to Like, I wanted to save the last little bit once I heard that it was potentially going to be a GDQ run. Wasn't really expecting half of this to refresh. Oh, it's the Theo section. I love testing this section, Reed, honestly. This is a fun segment.
Actually an
There we go.
invisible death plane where you actually can't bring Theo below the level. Here, Mighty Mouse is going to do a skip. Oh, it barely misses it. Where you want to try to throw Theo 3 times on that on-off blocks above you, but we're going to only try to do that once because it saves time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Bunny Bun, I just saw your question about who's running tonight. Mighty Mouse is running celeste.smc by himself, and then the race is Barb.
Wait, you have a command.
No, I have a command for the makers.
Oh.
Well, I can talk about the makers while I wait for this to roll around. It's going to be 2 teams of 3 SMW racers, all making levels from the creators that I listed there, including Maddie, who made the original Celeste and the inspiration for this game, if you will. And then from what I remember, I'm going to try to remember all the racers offhand. And by that, I mean I'm just going to go to the Discord so I don't fucking forget everyone, like I did yesterday. Or Wednesday when I was still like out of it and trying to list all of the makers, and I just kept forgetting one maker every single time.
Otherwise, it's not going to be a good time.
Yeah, absolutely, especially because you actually do the dash with your shoulder button.
Alright.
So it's kind of untraditional.
The racers are... Oh, they don't even have like their own segment in here. That's awkward.
Yeah, absolutely. Partial Fiddle donates $50.
Barb,
They say, "We've
Shovda,
loved watching AGDQs
Carl,
and SGDQs for years.
Third Wall,
This year is no exception. Love seeing all the
Shoujo,
runners and the hype crowd
and
in
then
chat.
someone I'm forgetting because, of course,
Let's break some GDQ record
Juz,
donations.
the
And we
other
have another one here.
representative.
Ferrovax donates $250. Always glad to spend a week watching GDQ. Let's see if we can crack 3 million.
Hi, Yoshi.
yes,
So
very,
right there, Mouse
very
is going
good
for a skip
cast
where
S&W players.
he was trying to take a blue shell into this part of the level, which I half intended. There's a little bit of spoilers, but if you grab the blue shell, you're able to fly up and grab a crystal heart. But I didn't think they'd be able to take the blue shell with you, so he would have been able to just fly through the level, but has to do it in the intended way. And now we leave Yoshi and Theo behind to...
Yeah, I'm very excited that Maddie got to chip in for it. She's very nice, very cool, very friendly, and unsurprisingly, I guess, very receptive to playtest feedback, which is really cool.
No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted.
10 out of 10, recommend.
Love, Mom. Aw, yeah. I love you too, Mom.
And yeah, now we're into reflection, so you get to see a lot of new sprites here, including feathers. So we talked about the D-pad, so the feathers are just going to go in the direction of the D-pad. I actually really loved how the feathers work in this game.
Yes, okay, thank God. Fawful finally, or Fawful put it in chat. Double jump dinos are Carl, Sagan 42, Juz Cook, and Shoujo versus the RNG Dolphins, who are Barb, Shovda, and Third Wall. I thought I remembered the teams right, but...
You only get 8 cardinal directions, up, down, left, right, and diagonals. But the way I implemented this was if you tap the D-pad, your angle changes ever so slightly, and you're able to fly at a really precise angle in order to skip getting one of the Kevin blocks. I think only a couple of frames that you're able to get that.
Yeah, that was really cool because you're not going in the 8th direction. So we also have the Kevin sprite here, named after the sound designer from Celeste, and so you have to dash into it and it'll take you across and you kind of go alongside it or break obstacles.
Oh, this is so exciting.
And there was another precise skip that Mouse just did where it's a 3-frame window, but he tried to...
So I haven't even really been talking too much about celeste.smc because I kind of just want to let Mark do his thing, but if you have not played this hack and you like Celeste in any way, shape, or form, big recommend. This hack is pretty hard, not gonna lie, especially if you go to Farewell. That is sick. I did not know that clip was possible.
Yeah, solid sprites in Super Mario World are fairly janky, so you can kind of just clip through walls with Kevin. Sometimes you can dash through them. I don't know. I didn't really program them that well. It's fine. And now would be a good time for another probably quick donation or two.
Sure. How about this? Anonymous donates $2 $1,000. And they say, I quote, and they say, no comment.
Woo!
Thank you.
Haven't beaten Farewell in original. Farewell was very difficult. I don't blame you for that. I would love to see a 100% run of this though, because this is an any percent run, so it's not going to be seeing any of Farewell. But
The pride hog is me.
as is tradition, hey, there she is. We could pride pog too. Not super fast, but we can. There we go. We did it. We pride pog.
Designing this was actually one of my favorite parts to develop as I was going along with making this fan game, and it was.
Yeah, Bunny, but I'm gonna have to get better at Kaizo and also be Celeste.
Both of those things are probably required before this, but
there's no checkpoints. You have to beat it all in one go. And this kind of not only
Yeah.
Same.
you get checkpoints
Both amazing
mid-boss, which is something that's
communities.
never really been
Amazing
done before, but it's
people.
also
Love the
taking up an
crossover
entire
of the
level.
communities.
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible the coding work that's
this is a crossover episode.
Can we get a shout out to Mark for this just incredible game?
78,000 people get to watch Mark's creation. That's awesome.
That's so fucking cool.
Yay!
Oh, he gave the shout out to Poob, who wanted her, who should have been here, but unfortunately his wife and kids got sick, so he did the right thing and like stayed home and take care of them. But Pooh,
Especially with how sick she got, like, of course you're gonna have to.
yeah, Pooh was gonna race Mighty Mouse in this year, but
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I guess I didn't realize. You know what? No, you did tell me that. I just.
Just wanted it to
I
be
forgot.
there, hang out, have a good time.
There's a lot going on.
That little bounce section was inspired by a really popular Celeste mod called Monica's D-Sides. And I absolutely love
Stars
that.
in the chat. I see her.
No.
You'll notice we're skipping about half of this entire section each time.
Oh,
Doing another limbo, go right into the stage.
and just carrying the momentum off of Badeline is really impressive here, and just using the dashes at exactly the right time to get to her as fast as possible. Just really incredible.
We have one final pretty hard trick right at the end of this section. There we
Oh,
go.
he got it first try.
That jump is very, very hard. I remember trying to think that jump was possible
Like,
at some
ain't
point in
that
testing.
easy?
So you got it first try. It's
Actually.
pretty
Yeah.
Now we just gotta chain all these hits on Badeline without a floor.
What is that thing?
And oh no.
Oh, is it Madeline?
Only troll in this
Madeline?
game.
Yeah.
Every time.
I see it now.
I'm glad Mouse hit that, 'cause that's a good troll.
Making this and troll people, so at the very end, if you hit Badeline one more time, it just destroys the floor. That's kind of a reference to at the end of Reflection and Celeste. You're kind of becoming friends again with Badeline, and trying to hit her at the very end isn't very nice. So I killed the player for it.
Yep, you only get out of that level by refusing to fight her.
Spoilers.
which
I
is,
mean, you could be
pretty
not
on point.
watching it if you were worried about spoilers.
And here we are in the summit, and it's gonna recap basically every level that we've seen so far, but now we have 2 dashes. So you can see that when you have 2 dashes, you look like Luigi. And instead of having it be pink, it's green. And you want to kind of explain that?
Sure. So the green was kind of 2 parts, really. One of them was the fact that I tried to make Mario.
Yeah,
have a
honestly, that's one of my
but
favorite
when I
trolls
looked at it
in
on the
recent
PRG on the
Kaizo.
monitor,
'Cause it's
when I was
very-
developing this, the pink didn't
It's hard to
look
get a
very
good
in my
troll
opinion,
in
so I
Kaizo,
decided I
honestly.
wanted
I've talked
more
about this a
distinct
couple of
colors.
times when I've been
So
like
I took
designing stuff.
inspiration from this Celeste classic on the
But
P8,
a good troll in Kaizo is something that
Badeline
you do
has,
to yourself
alternating
that you
green and
feel
white
100%
hair
responsible
instead
for,
of
and you
so
could have
I thought,
avoided,
oh,
and you just did it to
green is also
yourself
Luigi,
anyway.
so it's a nice little reference.
And
went with that.
hitting Badeline
And
one
another
time
thing
when
that
you like
actually did
really
this that
don't
you're
need
not
to
gonna
at
get
all,
see
and then dying
is
because
this
of it
section
definitely
that actually uses
qualifies.
3 dashes, and that uses the white hat instead of green.
I remember testing this level and just thinking the entire time, whenever the speedrun actually gets developed, there's going to be some sick strats in this
Also,
level.
Mouse just did a pretty huge skip
Because
where
there's
the
both
dashers
3
are
dashes
one tile
and
down
using the
right.
space blocks to be
That
able to
when I placed
refresh
them
your
originally,
dash,
I had
which
no
are both
idea what music could possibly
pretty
add,
ridiculous
perhaps, so I
strats.
just said,
This
"Oh,
run
let's
is
just
very
play it and see
impressive,
what
by the way.
happens." And it leads to actually pretty significant skip in that section, so works out pretty well.
Yeah.
Why does Mario turn blue sometimes?
because he's out of dashes. He's green when he has 2 dashes left, red when he has 1 dash left, and then blue when he's...
That makes
I'm gonna put
sense.
this here, and someone's gonna go fast, right?
Court is so good at commenting.
Mhm.
I was really noticing that too.
We might have time for one quick donation.
Yeah,
I'm glad they
absolutely.
invited me
Greg
along.
donates $200
Yeah.
to Doctors Without Borders, and they say, for the people. That's right, we're here together for the people.
Thanks so much.
So we're going to be seeing a few more limbos here. We're skipping a bunch of red bubbles.
Just a few.
Just
We're
a
gonna
few.
go under
And I guess just
this
as a heads
in
up, since this run already is almost over,
All.
I think there's going to be a small setup time in between celeste.smc and the race.
Aren't they doing final recap too?
Yeah, so I think Bun and I are going to take a quick break.
Yeah, I think taking a break during final recap would be good.
We're going to take a quick break, just let y'all get some last minute food before the actual stuff starts. God, this run is so cool.
I loved both the finding the crystal hearts and the strawberries in this had a lot of replay value. For the
Like
player.
honestly, you could even
Here we
leave
are
the
in 3K.
restream of
Rolls
GDQ
at the
up
ends.
and just
Yeah, this is
Turn off the
turn off
mic
the
and mute.
webcam and the mic.
I probably will, honestly, just in case the restream
Yeah.
cuts back a little early or whatever.
Yeah, I think just leaving it up would be good.
Yeah.
Final climb.
That was a nice save.
I love just all the references to the base game here. You can just see it. You just recognize the different parts of it. It's amazing.
And there's a pretty special sprite coming up. There are actually 2 of them, but I need to get the audience to get a nice little orb.
Or
I'm late. I think I'm behind.
And time's going to be coming up as soon as Mouse enters the credits. And that's time.
God damn, what a good run. How dare I chat in a Twitch chat? Alright.
Messed it up by refreshing.
there we go. Go.
Wow, fantastic.
Very good run. Very sick hack. If you have not played celeste.smc, definitely go do it. Very good commentary, very good run, very clean run.
Shout out to Grand Pooh Bear, who unfortunately
Big shout outs to Pooh. Pooh practices ass off for this as well. Would have been a really sick race.
Yeah,
Mighty
would've been
Mouse.
amazing,
Mighty
but-
Mouse did a very, very good job on his own.